Hey everybody, welcome back to Breakfast with Bob from Challenge Miami. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Challenge North America, City Bikes Veneto, the Challenge Athletes Foundation, Fair Florida Dairy Farmers, and Wahoo, our next guest, 2016 XTERRA World Champion, Mauricio Mendez Cruz. How are you doing, bud?
Well, pretty good. I'm super excited to be here with you, actually. This is kind of, every triathlete in the world wants to be in Breakfast with Bob, so I'm pretty pleased to be here.
Oh, my God. You just made my day. My head's too swollen now. I like that. So you got into this crazy stuff at 10 years old?
Yeah, exactly. It was a kind of a family thing, a family moment with my dad.
Your dad was into triathlon?
Not really. We started together, but we just found like it was like the perfect sport to actually combine some of time together and just, we're going
So who are your heroes growing up?
My heroes?
In terms of sporting heroes.
In terms of sport, well, I think Roger Federer has always been like kind of one of my top guys.
Yes.
Because I wasn't really much in triathlon when I was getting...
You were a tennis guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, a little bit of the tennis when I was kind of younger. And then getting into triathlon for sure, I just used to do like look all the Mexican triathletes because I didn't know much about the world. And then once I started to know about everything, like Javi Gomez, Ben Hoffman, and Jan Frodeno.
Ben Hoffman?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you're only saying that because he's sitting right behind me.
Maybe. No, No.
That's very cool. And so, when you turned pro in 2014, first pro win. So people think of you as an off-road guy because you're XTERRA World Champion.
Yeah.
But you started more on the road to begin with. Or both.
Kind of both, yeah. I started doing like all the national stuff, like young Mexican team for ITU.
Yes.
And there was like some intern stuff that I didn't like. And that's when I started to try XTERRA.
So you got away from the whole the draft legal and a lot of times there's politics.
Exactly.
And anytime you got Olympics, you got politics.
Yeah. So I didn't really like the whole idea of how it worked in Mexico, so I used to say like, let's try something else.
Yes.
I started to do XTERRAs. I met Lesley Paterson.
Now, where'd you meet Lesley?
I met her in Utah in XTERRA Nationals at that time.
Ogden, Utah?
Yes,
Utah.
Utah. Yeah, and I mean, it was a click since the first time I met her. I did a great relationship with her, and she mentors me since then.
Yes.
She a little bit told me how to actually do this kind of a pro triathlete lifestyle. And I pretty much did a lot of XTERRAs to begin with, and then when I got become a professional, I did some 70.3 stuff as well.
Well, yeah. So your first pro win was Cozumel 70.3, and so when you start winning, do you start getting more sponsors out of Mexico? Or mainly we're more international.
Mainly
sponsors?
International sponsors.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the sponsorship deal in Mexico it's kind of taboo, I would say. So.
Really?
Yeah, I think the whole. I mean, I have a really good sponsor right now for that. It's an international company, but my sponsorship comes from Mexico.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, truly, it's kind of difficult to actually talk about sponsorship with
that's interesting.
And everything. Yeah, it's kind of
because
hard.
the federation, those guys want the sponsors. They don't
well,
want you to
that's
get
if
them.
you're in the ITU stuff.
Yes.
But if not, even though there's no culture for that.
Oh, it's different. Okay.
It's different. So I think when you try to go for a company and say, like, okay,
sponsor me,
let's
they
do
don't
something
get it.
Together. It's like, well, okay, why
would we do that?
You, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty hard to actually do that. So most of my sponsors are coming from somewhere else.
So you were the youngest person to ever win XTERRA Worlds.
Yeah.
At 21 years old.
Yeah.
And when I look at your 2016 season, besides getting your win at Cozumel, you win XTERRA races in Italy, Denmark, Sweden, and then you win Maui.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have a year like that, and you're 21 years old, you're like, that's when you drop the microphone and go, I'm going to go find another sport because I've pretty much done everything.
Yeah, I would say, of course, this is one of the highlights of my life, that year for sure. And after that, I would say a lot of my life changed completely in terms of sponsorship, support. And I also believe that it has been quite a roller coaster in my life because, I mean, you said so, right? 21 years old, being a world champion and having all this attention on you. I did struggle. Yeah, I did struggle a lot with that. Like, especially, I would say, like 2017, I was like with the hype and everything was kind of cool. But 2018, 19 was the worst year of my life.
Why?
There were two things. I think one was a lot of the pressure. You're kind of becoming an adult right now.
Right.
And you're trying to be like, I wouldn't say independent, but you want to build your name, you know?
Of course.
What I mean? Like, just try to do
building a
something else.
brand.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not just an athlete, you're a brand.
And then you see that, I don't know, you just realize that life is not as easy as you thought, right? And just handle with it was kind of difficult, and then get some injuries trying to be at your best. And there was a time in 2019 when I said, okay, I need to stop for a little bit.
Yes.
I just need to stop for a little bit because this is, I'm not handling this like properly. So that's why I actually stopped racing for a little bit. I was like injured and just like out of my zone completely.
Yeah, I hadn't seen your name in a while, but it's certainly understandable when you win everything and you go to a race and you don't win, then it's like, well, what happened?
Yeah, exactly. Having a fourth place was like kind of a super deception for me.
Yeah. Like you're going, I had a great race against 3 guys who were great today.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, you had a crappy race.
Yeah, even sponsors in that time was like, what
Especially
happened?
sponsors.
Like,
they want you to win.
And then they just like, I don't know, it seems like, okay, I think this complete...
He's done.
Yeah, it was pretty difficult. I don't know how to say it in words. I have always struggled to explain that.
No, but it's common. And when you have success young, then it's like, well, what do you do next?
Yeah, and it's funny because, I mean, now you see like all these young guys at my age are beginning to win races and doing great things, and I was like, well, I was the first one in those kind of group of guys, and right now I'm like behind them, right? So that's been kind of hard, but I just here again just to prove that I enjoy this as much as I think so.
So did you sort of have a discussion with yourself and decide, you know what, if I didn't love the sport, I'd get out.
Yeah.
But I love the sport, and I've got to sort of tune out the noise and just listen to myself.
Yeah, that's totally what I did. And of course, all the people that supported me, my family, and everyone just like, have been always with me.
They'll always be with you.
And
they don't care what place you get.
So I kind of understood that, okay, I mean, you will have great years, you will have some bad years. The thing is just to keep the passion going. I think it's kind of important, eh?
So I know that back in the day when you were running, people you wanted to beat Jan Frodeno, you wanted to beat Javier Gomez. Tomorrow you have a chance.
Yeah. That's. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for you. Actually,
I bet.
I was just telling Fatima, she's my girlfriend, and I was just like, I mean, it's kind of a big opportunity to have all these names and just kind of dream again, you know?
Right.
Like it's something that I have always wanted, and right now I want it. I don't know if I'm in my best shape ever or not. I will see. I mean, we will see tomorrow for sure.
Yes. But what do you think of this course? I mean, you're an XTERRA guy, which means a brutal course is a good thing for you.
Yeah.
This is a lot different than the Challenge Daytona race, where there was basically the super speedway. The backside of this with the curves and the wind, and what do you think?
I think it's gonna be. I mean, and it's also short, right? So I think it's gonna be kind of. I don't know. I'm super excited. I don't know how to say it, but
does this course suit you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you think so?
I think
so.
I
got
actually
that big
want
smile
to.
on your face, like I'm gonna ride some people down and run some people down.
I just have that feeling of. I mean, of course, I will try to do my best to have everything under my control.
Right.
But if I start running where I know I'm able to do something good, I'll be super stoked.
And have you been healthy leading into this?
Yeah. I've been healthy. I've been happy. So yeah.
There's nothing better. You're healthy and happy, and it seems like you have got yourself to a good place again.
Yeah.
Where you're loving the sport. How important? I mean, Lesley Paterson has gone through a lot with Lyme disease and dealing with things like that, but she's always upbeat, and she's always she's always someone you can depend on. Has she been a big help for you through this? Yeah,
truly, it's amazing. I mean, well, Lesley and Simon, the husband.
Yes.
They both they are role models for me.
Right.
Like they have always been. And right now, I mean, living in San Diego in their house, I've been 2 months now with them, and I'm just being able to see like how they just get things done, right? Like Lesley, she dreams about movies and filming and everything, and I see like she wakes up every morning at 4 a.m., get all this stuff done, and then work in her projects. And it's like, I mean, if you are able to do that, I mean,
what's your excuse?
Yeah, exactly, right? So I'm learning a lot. I'm always learning from her.
That's
So-
very cool. Well, good luck tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keep that smile on your face the whole race. That's
Yeah.
what it's about, right?
That's the plan.
Enjoy that.
If I'm able to do that, it's gonna be a great race
I
then.
like that. You want that Jan will be going, God, who was that smiley kid that went by me?
That's gonna be the plan. Yeah. If I do that, yeah.
I love it. Mauricio Mendez Cruz has been our guest, everybody. Again, Breakfast with Bob. We're at Challenge Miami. Hold on. We'll be right back.